So this International Women's Day, Siemens celebrates those who build their dreams, did give up on their goals and design their way. My first question is for Deepa ma'am. I just want to understand, because you've been in this industry for almost a decade now. So how do you think the kitchen spaces are evolving? And what would be the key aspects to keep in mind in designing the space?
Obviously, when we started, it was 15 years ago. That time, modular kitchens or kitchens as such was not, in place, or especially for Indian markets that I'm talking. They weren't sure. They always thought, something so modular would never be useful for an Indian way of cooking or Indian way of vessels or whatever. But over a time, I've seen today with the growing market and with the exposure that people have today, with all the travel, with all the exposure that they come from internet, multimedia, all these kind of things, they understand that it's easy for them to have a more clean, organized kitchens. So today a kitchen just doesn't belong to a woman who's just in the kitchen. A kitchen belongs most to a family, to children, to men, to friends. Obviously she is the master of the, in terms of practicality. I think she brings a lot of practicality to the design. And obviously a man comes with his gadgets. I need the more cooler gadget, whatever is the coolest one, and whether it comes to a microwave or an oven or a cooking range, whatever looks cool is something they would look at. Yeah. But then obviously a woman will say, yes, it's cool, but I need to be practical, I need to know whether I can have so many things going at the same time and things like that. So I think it's today, I really owe it to both of them, as I said. But yes, obviously she's a master because she's more practical in all her designs.
I just want to ask you, since there's a shift in trend and people are moving towards more of home-cooked meals, so how important do you think that well-equipped kitchen, we need to have a well-equipped kitchen to serve the purpose?
It was interesting because we would, of course, work with IIIT, we'd go from city to city, everywhere a new center opened, and you'd get a very different perspective on how different geographies in this country operate, and more importantly, how differently they think. And the old age of having a back kitchen and a show kitchen seemed to be the most prevalent, especially if a family could afford, a good kitchen in the house. So there was the wet kitchen, quote unquote, which is basically for the help, and there's the show kitchen, which is basically so that you can press buttons with the gadgets, which was kind of counterintuitive, because the idea of doing a great modern kitchen was that you would not need that wet kitchen, but that mentality hadn't changed. And social kitchen's idea was essentially to speak about how a great kitchen brings the family together and how it becomes so much easier to do all that cooking.
My next question is to Gunjan ma'am. I wanted to ask you is, what do you think is the future design, and what do you think that what extent do global trends impact the Indian design sensibilities?
So future in design is going to be high-tech for sure. So gadgetry, appliances, and like we said, people want to be more self-reliant. There is less help available today. We don't want to depend on help so much, and we want to cook more at home. We want to cook healthy. We want to nourish our families. So I think technology, number one. Second would be easy to maintain. So self-cleansing. I've heard you get self-cleansing steam ovens, which work like a dishwasher internally. It sounds so amazing. And what would the next? Yeah, then of course the aesthetics, because now you're putting that many gadgets and appliances into a kitchen that earlier it didn't matter if the fridge was a steel, a chrome finish, and the microwave and oven was black or something. But today when we are having 5, 6, 7, 8 appliances, which become an integral part of the aesthetics of the kitchen, then matching their color scheme, matching the format, the way it functions and looks. I think these are going to be the 3 top trends going into the future for kitchens and interior design.
My question next is to Kavita ma'am. I wanted to ask is, what is the premium design feature you expect to enter the mass premium segment? And if you have anything, have you witnessed anything like the colors, the textures, the trend shift, or even the appliances for that matter?
I think the premium trends what I have witnessed for kitchens is this craze for white countertops. Everybody wants to move away from the granite countertop, the black granite, which was an all-time favorite, and for a good reason. It was such a hard material. So I think that is one trend that people are hankering for, So in fact, I had come with plans here to order a kitchen, and I remember they were out of dishwashers completely.
Yeah, dishwashers were.
And even if you could get your hand on one, the dishwashing liquid exhaust falls over there. So it's that bad.
Yes. What will be the role of connected household appliances? I mean, would you like to share some insights in the future of built-in appliances, especially like Home Connect and all this technology merging into appliances? Right? How do you think?
I think technology, is really helps in saving time, and the use of automation is really going to be that, because if you're waiting for something to get cooked, or taking that time just standing and waiting, then obviously you're losing that kind of time. So it will help people multitask in different ways, and in that way, I guess a lot of appliances which are connected would really be helpful.
Coming to you, Anupama, I also want to know that how do you think this homemade food, which is again a shift in trend, like a lot of people have become, especially in COVID time, people started making, people who did not cook at all, like for me, I was like, started cooking at the recipes and started making healthy portions, healthy cooking, the proteins, the carbs, and fiber, and what would be the quantification. So, what kind of a shift you see in this lifestyle, healthy lifestyle of eating and cooking?
Right. Okay. As a coach, of course, it is my job to kind of guide people about what to eat to supplement their workouts. Right, and I think where all of this ties up, the whole modular kitchen, and for that matter, making it easy with either technology or appliances that can cook multiple things at a time. Right, where this all ties up is how to build a habit. Right, to eat healthy, we need to make the habit as easy as possible, as sustainable as possible. Right? If I tell my clients, hey, you need to eat, this much amount of protein, say it could be a chicken, it could be paneer, or whatever it is the choice of protein we have, right? They should be able to include that in their diet in multiple ways, but they have to make it easy for them. If I make it really hard and say use 30 ingredients to make it delicious, and take 2 hours to make it, nobody is going to make it a part of their routine. So I think where all of this ties up is to build a habit, and if modular kitchens can help there, then why not? It would make my job easier, because my clients will be seeing the weight loss or strength gain much faster. So, but thank you, and I think I got a chance to learn from all of you people, and it's been a very interesting event.
It's mutual.
Yes.
Yeah, and we got to learn about guests and
Yes.